everyone and welcome to Long's Toys. Today we're taking a look at Sodo Ride 5 from Kamen Rider Geo. I know when I did Sodo AI 1 for 01, I said that I wasn't really going to finish out the Geo waves. It's just kind of the way they were released with not enough bodies and basically the major complaints that the 01 line has addressed for me, which I really do appreciate. So I kind of stopped at 4 because it's just all armor and I don't have enough bodies. And I'm still looking into getting enough bodies, but it's slow going because, you know, most of the places I normally check, like Mandarake and whatnot, are just tapped. Most people have bought them all up at this point. But I was looking through and I noticed that Sodo Ride 5 is a pretty self-contained wave. So you can actually do this one on its own. I don't need any special bodies. Actually, you get an extra Gates body here that you don't even need for the rest of the set, which is pretty cool. So I'm not gonna actually review this as part of this wave because it doesn't go with anything. So I'm just gonna save this one, and next time I run into a Gates armor, I'll show it off then. But yeah, so I just figured I had a couple people in the comments of the Sodo AI 1 say, you know, why aren't you going to finish Geo? I was looking forward to those, so I felt bad, and I figured I can at least do this one since it is kind of self-contained. And plus, I'm really looking forward to the Gaim armor. It's just so over the top and crazy. I want to check out, see what it's like. So that was definitely a form that I really felt should have made it into the RKF line, but that's a rant for another day. So I'm going to go ahead and get stickering these up, put them all together, and then we'll take a closer look. Alright, so here are the 3 armors all put together and stickered. We'll start over here with the Decayed armor. It's pretty cool. I actually like this quite a bit. And one thing that this does have over the RKF version is that you don't have to worry about any of the armor bits falling off, because that one had the Build Sparkling Rabbit tank underneath, so the armor was meant to be pulled off. You don't have that here, so the armor will stay put, which is always good. A decent amount of stickers. Obviously, the face has some stickers. The little antennas here, I think, were stickers. All of this, all of the front here, this little like purple bit, and then the whole piece on the back. The biceps, which if you notice, I put the biceps on wrong. Once I did one, I tried to figure out a way to switch the arms around, but I couldn't do it. So the bicep stickers are backwards. The silver part should be on the inside. But you have sticker here on the inside of the forearm, on the back of the hand, and then just the pink is stickers here. All of the silver is paint, which is nice. Now, I have to take a minute to just kind of complain about the sticker here on the sword, because this is completely ridiculous to me. And this is one thing that I've constantly said. If you're going to intend for a sticker to be placed on an item or a certain area, then I don't need the physical design. And I'll explain what I mean. This is the Hay Saber, okay? It has the sticker here for the blade, which is where the lights were on the roleplay toy. Then it has the dial, which is what would spin around. So they molded a 3-dimensional, like clock hands for the dial there, which is great. But then they give you a sticker that just says, put it over top of this. Well, the sticker is not 3-dimensional. The sticker is completely flat. So when you lay it over top of this, it has these green parts of the sticker that are supposed to fill these little recessed area. Like, just, you know, you can see that there's just like a side, like there, you can see it perfectly there. The 2 little recessed areas, that's where the green part of the sticker is meant to go. Well, that's impossible. I'm sorry. If you have the sticker go over top of this raised, and it's not just like a little bit raised, it's really thick. There's no way the sticker is going to go up over that and then that's going to somehow like reach down and lay in that area where that's supposed to lay. What they should have done is done 2 separate stickers, had this piece and the green with a cutout for the dial. That way this and that and on this side could lay flat, and then have a second sticker that you put on top of the raised dial or hands, whatever you want to call those, the clock hands. So it's not a big deal, but that's just really dumb to me. Like, I don't know how they can do so many other things so well and plan for things, and then something like that And I know that I'm late to this set, so maybe this is already a complaint that a lot of people have leveled at them already, and I'm late to the party. That's very possible. But that was just one of those things that while I was building this, I was like, are you kidding me? What is going on with this sword? Like, they've completely done that sticker just terribly. So moving on from that, he does have some extra hands. You can see he's got 2 open hands and 2 closed fist hands. So I've given him 1 of each over here. But other than the sticker on this sword, I really think he looks great. I think they did a great job with him. I mean, he's got all the same articulation that every Sodo figure has, so I'm not going to really bother going through it. The joints are, where you'd expect them to be. But yeah, he looks good. I really do like the look of him. I think they did a great job with him. Just that sticker on the hay saber is just poor planning. And then they go ahead and they give you a second one with the Gaim armor. Same problem. So I will say that I think the sticker on the blade on this one is better because you can actually see all the tiny little logos. So that looks much better. And this one actually has a lock seed plugged into the top. So I'm actually going to take this one out of his hand and give him this one because I think it's better. But it's still got the same stupid problem with the clock hands for the dial there. But what are you going to do? We're going to do Gaim last because he's my favorite. So we're going to go next to the wizard armor. And that's not to put down the wizard armor. The wizard armor is actually really cool. And the stickers weren't as bad as I expected. You have to do... The one part I will say was difficult with the stickers. There is, like, this is one, kind of the mouth part. And then this top part was one. And they each had a tiny little sliver that went down this super tiny channel in between the 2 eye pieces. And getting that to actually line up, like every time I would go to put the little sliver in there, it would just automatically stick to one of the walls. And I'm like, no, stop doing that. I'm trying to get you to lay flat. So once you could get it to lay flat, it actually looks great. Like I love these giant wizard ring shoulder pads. They look fantastic. I really do love it. You can see I messed this one up a little bit, but it's not that noticeable. Stickers on the chest I think look great. Head looks good. He's got skirt pieces, which look good. And then he's got this, like, weird piece on the back here. One thing you can do, which I think is kind of neat, you can swivel these around if you like. And make it kind of like a closed ring, if you'd like to do that. I wish, and I guess I probably could if I took this off and spun it around. I kind of want the ring to go above him. Let's see, is that possible to do? No, it's not really. I mean, if I completely took off his skirt, I could do it, but that's too much of a pain in the butt. But anyway, these pieces rotate around, so I think they're just supposed to be like a sash just for decoration, but we can take them off of the stand. So basically, the skirt piece plugs into where the stand would normally go, and then there's a little hole in the skirt piece that you can plug the stand into that. And he does have 2 extra hands, as you can see there. So nothing groundbreaking as far as accessories go, but he looks good. I really like him. And now on to the Gaim armor. This is one I definitely think the RKF line should have done, but at least Sodo did him justice. And I think they really did. They did a nice job with this. To me, it was substantial enough to, like, if the O's armor was substantial enough, I think this was substantial enough to make it into the RKF line. I understand a lot of them are really just kind of like a new head and shoulder pads, and the rest of the body is not that big of a deal. And they're not going to do figures for all of those in RKF. But this one is different and unique enough, like the O's armor, that it should have made it in. But in any case, we have a Sodo version here. Here is the little watermelon arms Lockseed. Not Lockseed, wow, listen to me. Ride Watch guy. Very, very cool. He came out great. It's just one big piece of orange plastic, but if you can get the stickers on correctly, it really looks nice. It was difficult, though, the stickers, because there's a lot of contours, and you kind of have to push the inside in first before you, then you had to push this down. So there's a lot of different levels of it, and I'm dropping it. In any case, he looks great, so I absolutely love that. Gonna put him off to the side, and we'll take this guy off of the stand here and see if I can get him to stand himself. There we go. So you can see he's got extra hands. I mean, basically, the super thin body for Geo and Gates were, I think, used before for previous armors like the Forze armor. They're very basic. It's just the body with like no chest piece, a really basic head that you kind of just don't need anymore, and then like the one set of closed fist, one set of open hands. So, and then you can see he's got the Gaim armor stand there. So put that off to the side. But yeah, this is really cool. I like this quite a bit. I love the swords. Very sharp. Very, very cool. The Lockseed shoulder pads are fantastic. Also, the giant Gaim crest on the head there is fantastic. These little pieces just kind of peg into the calves and the slit in the back of the, not calves, thighs. The calves back here, there's nothing eventful, but the shins have these shin guards, which look very good. Very nice stickers there for the gold and the blue. It just all looks really sharp. Now, he's got the two swords in his hands. These little swords can actually come out if you wanted to. I believe these are supposed to be these, but they knew if he literally just had these in his hand, they'd be dinky and sad. So they wanted to include them here to show you that they do store, but then when you actually get them in his hand, they wanted to kind of, you know, make them larger so they don't look ridiculous. And then you have these kind of like, these remind me of like the spider things that come out of Armor Spider, like, yeah, just Armored Spider-Man, I guess. I'm trying to feel, I feel like that has a better name that I can't think of right now. But like in Avengers, the suit that Tony gives to Peter, the Armored Spider, that's when it reminds me of those things sticking out. But you can kind of fold them in if you want to. I guess, well, no, I guess you kind of have to have them out. I mean, you could fold them up a little bit. There's a little room to play there. But really, if you really wanted, you could just unpeg them. They do unpeg. So if you don't like the look of them, you could take those off and just have them like this. But I think they actually look cool. I like them added on. So I'm going to peg them back on. I didn't really like them at first, but I've definitely warmed up to them. I think they look pretty good. So another feature that this guy has, we'll go ahead and take the swords out. So let me see if I get this correct. We'll take off the driver. We'll take off these thigh pieces. Take off the shin pieces. And then we unhook the shoulder pad. Basically, you just kind of take off all of the armor. So take that off. And you actually have to take the head off as well. Now, there's nowhere for the head to store, so you just kind of have to set that to the side. If you want, he does come with regular shins. If you want to peg them back in for this look, you can certainly do so. Like that. And if you want to give him his regular driver as well, because he does come with that. So this is kind of what you get in the box by itself. So they give you some extra little pieces here, and you kind of clip this stuff on here. So that clips there. You can take the thigh pieces, and they will clip into here. So they slide in like that. And that slides in there like that to kind of put those pieces on the side of the helmet there, which is pretty excellent. You can see these little clips right here. That is where the shoulder pads clip onto. So you pop that on there. And then this one clips on here. And you kind of just push them down as much as you can. They don't go all the way down, but you kind of set them like that. Then you come around to the back here, and you're going to fold these up. And now you have to unpeg these. And I believe you just switch these around. You switch this here like this. Or you could drop it completely. But no, you peg this in. I promise this happens. Why is it giving me trouble? Isn't this how this works? I literally just had these plugged the other way. There's no way. Are they different sizes? No, this has to be. Maybe they are. Yeah, they are different sizes. Alright, well, I swear that this is supposed to fold down somehow. So I'm going to have to figure out how this goes. Alright, give me a minute, I'll figure this out. So I'm dumb. Yeah, sorry. It's been a minute. Okay, so you unpeg them from here where they were, and then you come down to this part where they peg in down here. I was like, I know they have to go around the other way, but it's because you peg them to something different. So now you take this piece and peg it back on here like that. These close up around there like that. This, I think, pegs in here on the back just for storage, as do the shin pieces. They just kind of hide out back here, really. And then there you go. This is meant to be not really a lock seed, but you can take this piece right here, and let me zoom out a smidge and angle this back up, and you can peg it onto the head. So it's like in Gaim when he uses a lock seed and then the door to wow, it's been a minute. Helheim? Nimbleheim? What is it? No, Nimbleheim is from, I think it's Helheim Forest, if I'm not mistaken. Anyway, when the zipper opens up and the piece of fruit comes in and lands on his head, boom, you can simulate that now with the Gaim armor. I think that's really cool. It looks utterly ridiculous, but I kind of love it. Now, unfortunately, there's not really a way to like have this fold down and have these fold down like the arm change line would do. You have to just completely take this apart again and then attach everything separately. But I love that you can at least simulate that. You can put it all together to look like the armor all together in one block and then pop down on his head. Just that little extra, obviously it makes him top heavy. That little attention to detail is just something I always think Sodo does really well. And another reason why this absolutely should have been an RKF, but luckily we have Sodo to save the day. So I think this is an amazing set. I definitely recommend picking it up. It's kind of funny to think that 7 boxes go into just 3 figures. The 8th box, which is the new Gates body, like I said, I didn't really review here because there wouldn't have been armor to connect to it. So we'll see the Gates body later on when I do something with the Gates armor. But it's a really nice set, and the nice thing about Sodo Ride 5 is that it's actually self-contained. You don't need to worry about getting extra bodies for Geo or Gates. In fact, you wind up with an extra body with nothing to put on it. So it's kind of the opposite problem. But the Gaim armor shines. Definitely one of my favorites out of this. Not to put down the other two. I mean, the wizard armor for Gates really looks good. I love those giant shoulder pads. And the decayed armor also really solid, especially when you can just kind of appreciate the armor without having to worry about what's underneath or having the pieces come off or anything like that. It's just a cool looking armor. So I definitely recommend picking this one up. If nothing else, track down the 3 boxes for the Gaim armor. You'll thank me later. It's a really, really cool armor, and I'm glad that Sodo really did a good job. It's a lot of stickers. I will say it's a lot of stickers, but when you're done, it really looks great. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Please like, share, comment, subscribe. Hope you enjoyed the video, and as always, thank you so much for watching.